Hey there, guys. Sorry about that. It took a little bit longer this time than usual. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, if you will. Hey, Mings here. Hi, Todoroki. Hopefully you guys doing okay. Just give me a second. There we go. I was trying to fix the chat. For some reason it didn't work. Not sure why, but I think I fixed it now. So it should be running smoothly. Hopefully, at least. Alright, so yeah, hey there, guys. Hopefully you're doing okay. So today, we're gonna be doing what we're doing for the past few days, really, and that is continue with the story. We're gonna do more of a main plot today. For the past few days, we've been doing side quests, but now it's finally time to do some main plot, and finally meet the one and only Raiden Shogun, which is gonna be pretty excited for me and hopefully for you guys, because I don't know about you, but it has been ages since I personally meet this woman in the story. Look at her, glorious. But today we're gonna fight her. We're gonna prove once and for all the eternity is not the greatest thing in the world, and the greatest thing in the world is Dollblade, and that's what we're gonna fight for today. Prove our own supremacy to the Archon and to Celestia itself. Let's get a little bit warmed up first with some daily quests, and then we're gonna straight go into the story. Okay, let's do this first. So yeah, how have you guys been doing? Been up to anything excited? Personally, I haven't been up to much. Just, you know, the usual stuff. Have read some things, have watched some things, but nothing too exciting. Although, I did go back to... For some reason, after yesterday's stream, I got a sudden urge to watch Attack on Titan. Because in case you guys didn't catch yesterday's stream, for like a good hour or so, I was talking with Chad a little bit about Attack on Titan. And something about it, I spent like the good 2 to 3 hours yesterday just rewatching the first season. And honestly, now that I went back to the first season where Eren is not this Giga Chad that I know and love him as, he doesn't hit the same. I don't know, just something about it. I need my Edge boy back. That's the only thing I want. Oh yeah, pretty sad stuff. Hey there, Liz. Hey there, Greg. Hopefully you guys doing okay. Greg, I made your job a little bit easier. The reason why I was a little bit late today is I finally decided, you know what, I need to go a little bit more professional, so I added Streamlabs chatbot. I'll need to make some commands for it, but I thought I'll make your life a little bit easier, Greg, and I'll give you those commands later so you can use them in case you want to. So yeah, I set up everything. I'll need to set up alerts as well at some point, just to make it a little bit more interactive. But yeah, that's what I've been up to for the past like hour or so, trying to figure out everything, because I haven't used it before. That was kind of fun. But other than that, guys, haven't been up to much. Just, you know, usual stuff. Read some manga, as I do. And as I was saying, after yesterday's Levi talk, something about Liz made me go went back and rewatched the first season of Attack on Titan. I spent like the entire night yesterday. I stayed up till I think 5 a.m. in the morning, just rewatching the first season, and I can say with 100% certainty, it just doesn't hit the same. Just something about the edgelord Eren that I grew accustomed to and love with all my heart. And when he's not there, I feel sadness. It just enveloped me. Because in the first season, Eren is anything but cool. And that's kind of sad. But I did like watching Levi clean again. That was a nice treat for me personally. That soothes my soul a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I guess time well spent, if anything. What about you guys? Have you been up to anything fun? Alright, I think we're halfway done with this stuff. I think there's only one left actually now that... No, two. Never mind. Oh, a song? You say? That's quite interesting. I haven't sang myself in like ages. I used to love singing, and I would do it like daily. But for some reason, as of late, I just haven't had like the time or the passion really to do it. Because one time, believe it or not, the young Lux believed that he can make it, you know? He could become a rock star if anything. Because I learned to play guitar and everything. And I was like, okay, it's time to do it. But then I kind of like go a little bit lazy and, you know, I didn't practice as often as I should have. I went into voice acting instead. My true passion. It actually reminded me, like, I don't know about you guys, but as a kid, I actually used to try to do a bunch of things, but would never, like, stick to something specific. Because I distinctly remember, I used to have, like, bajillion hobbies. I used to like play sports, I used to like play basketball, I used to do jiu-jitsu for quite a while, I used to do judo. I remember I used to play guitar, go to like singing practices. I was a pretty like energetic kid. But the problem was that I never like committed to anything 100% as a child. Because everything just became too boring for me after a while. And I feel like it's my ADHD to blame, and not me. I've been cursed, you know, by the Celestia itself, to not be able to commit to things. But you know what? As an adult, I learned that commitment needs to happen. And I evolved into a more enlightened being, more than ever, really. Oh, hey there, Alex. Hopefully you're doing okay. Did you used to practice diving, Liz? That's pretty impressive, honestly. Because the thing is, I always actually struggle to enjoy swimming. I don't know if it's something about me, but whenever I would go to beach, I would rather just lay on the sand than go swimming. Just something about it. I never quite enjoyed it. Probably because I don't really like the idea of... I always had irrational... It's not really fear, but more irrational just thoughts pop into my mind. That what if something pops underneath me, you know, while I swim? What if shark just decides to come out? I don't want that to happen. I value my legs way too much to risk. It's just irrational thinking that I have sometimes. Because, if anything, I deathly afraid of, like, being stranded in the middle of the ocean by myself. Just something about it is, like, one of the worst things I can imagine happening. For some reason, it's, like, terrifies me completely. And I never had, like, a bad experience in the ocean either. It's just, for some reason, just the thought of it makes me, like, be a little clammy. You know? I don't like it. You see, guys, I'm a human too. I have some fears of my own. I'm not this perfect, enlightened being that you think I am. Sometimes, you know, I have weaknesses. They don't pop out often, but when they do, it is the most stupidest things possible. So yeah. I mean, Alex, you and me here. You and me. It's us against the world, really. Because the thing is, guys, did you know? The more you know minute. Did you know that we only explored 5% of the entire oceans in the world? We have absolutely zero clue what the remaining 95% have to withhold. And I'm thinking, if the math adds up, there's Cthulhu living somewhere in there. I just know it. There's like Leviathan just waiting for me to, you know, dip my feet in there, and he just pops out. His octopus head. And just start chanting like ancient spells. And I don't want that to happen. That's why I don't go into the ocean. And neither should you. Sleep with one eye open. Okay? I'm telling you, there's Cthulhu living somewhere in there. If the math adds up, I'm just saying. We don't know. There could be nothing, but there also could be something. Because, like, have you seen deep sea creatures? Those are terrifying. Like, I remember the first time I saw the blobfish, I lost the hope of humanity, because, like, fish shouldn't look like a human. It's just something that shouldn't happen. I don't want to think that there's something lives underneath water that can potentially, you know, dethrone me as an apex predator. I don't like that idea. It's a scary one, okay? And as much as I appreciate fear every now and again, you know, to keep me alive and feel motivated, but you know what? Sometimes some fears are too much, and ocean is one of them. I just don't want to be near it. Because I remember my dad used to take me as a kid, like, deep sea fishing, every now and again, whenever we would go to, like, seaside. And I enjoyed it. But I remember one time I'll tell the story in a bit. Oh, wait. I think I forgot to put the actual volume on Genshin. There we go. Let me test that. Yeah, it is working. Alright, tomorrow. Just give me a second. So, when I was a child, my dad used to take me to, like, deep sea fishing, right? And I remember distinctly one time, after, like, a day of fishing, me and my dad decided to go for like a swim, and it was just the two of us, nobody else inside. And I distinctly remember the thunderclouds just start to form around us, and we were like stranded in the middle of the ocean, no land in sight. And I remember the sinking fear of that we might be caught in a thunderstorm. I remember I almost like started panicking immediately. I like literally jumped to the boat. I went inside the cabin and I didn't want to go out. I was about to like break down crying, honestly. I was like, I think 8 at a time. And I remember my dad just coming and saying, listen, bud, it's okay. Don't you worry. Everything is fine. If the storm is coming, we are perfectly equipped to deal with it. You don't need to worry about anything. I was like, Dad, as much as I love you, you're lying to me. I know that we're not safe. Are you kidding me? Do you really want me to believe that this boat is gonna protect us from the Mother Nature herself? With her infernal goddamn traps that she deploys on us? We activated nature's Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card, Dad. Do you not understand what's going on? And I was like, Dad, as much as I love you, I'm pretty sure if Yu-Gi-Oh! Told me, is you never activated trap cards, okay? Because it's always bad news. And we already did it, so what we're gonna do now? Unless we have a counter spell, which I'm pretty sure we don't. Because what we're gonna do, just the shouting clouds to go away? No. So my dad was like, well, okay. And we just went home, you know? Fortunately, we weren't caught in the storm, but I do remember distinctly, like, seeing the waves just start brewing in the distance while we're going to the shore. And that thought goddamn horrified me. Because I was like, I'm not going with the ship. I don't want Titanic 2 to happen right in front of me, right here. I don't need any icebergs around. I'm not going down with the ship, okay? I'm not a captain here. I'm booking it. But yeah, that was a distinctive memory I have. And after that, every time my dad would say, do you want to go deep sea fishing? I was like, no, I don't. Let's go on a pier. And from the safe distance of, you know, at least 100 meters from me and the ocean, that's how I like to be. Nice and safe. But yeah, that's a little story for you guys.
Homer's playing his ventriloquist game again, huh? Homer!
But yeah, because I grew up, like, as a kid, I grew up, like, doing lake fishing all the time and, like, taking the boat on the lake and do that. And I'm fine with that, because, like, in a lake, there's nothing that can harm me. It's not like gonna be a Loch Ness monster just pop in his head casually and say hi. There's nothing there. The scariest thing is catfish, but I'm pretty sure I can muscle a catfish if I need to. Okay? I can't punch a shark. It's not gonna work. Like, I know that people usually say, oh, just punch a shark in the nose and it will run away. Are you kidding me? If I punch a shark in the nose, it most likely will just nibble my arm off. It's not gonna run away. Are you kidding me? If anything, it's gonna chase me, most likely. I'm not doing that. I don't need to be in that predicament, okay? Because if you are in a predicament where you need to punch a shark, I'm pretty sure you made wrong life choices right there already. Because to get to that point, several mistakes had to be made. And we can just avoid that straight up by just not going there. It's as easy as that. See, Tomaru agrees with me. He's a good boy. He always agrees.
Hey, you can come out now. Paimon's seen you already.
Hi, Prakash. Hopefully you're doing okay.
Oh, not a peep. So where the heck is he then?
Oh, we're doing alright. I was just, you know, giving a live story to the guys in chat about the fear of ocean. and why you shouldn't go there. Stay safe on land, okay? Because on land, the chances are nothing will harm you, okay? Land is at least 50% more safe than ocean. Because at least on land you have a strong support under your feet. On the ocean you don't have that. The only thing you have is gravity. But even that won't save you from the goddamn jaws. So yeah. I hope you learned something.
What's got Taro Maru so worked up today?
From that tale.
Such a good boy.
He is a good boy. He is a good boy indeed. Tamaru's the best boy. Look at him. Was a cute little hat of his. And the jacket.
Hello. Have either of you seen Toma?
No, we thought he'd be with you. Why? Has something happened?
And it's as I feared. On the way here, I heard that Toma had been taken away by the Tenryou Commission. I wasn't certain whether it was true, so I came right here. The fact that he hasn't arrived here as we arranged suggests that it is true. The Raiden Shogun is holding a vision hunt ceremony at the statue of the omnipresent god today to mark the 100th vision seized under the decree.
Did you saw like an ancient spear being summoned? That sounds awesome. Are you kidding me? I would like to see that. Because I always been jealous of people who have like ghost stories. I don't have a single one. Like the most paranormal thing that ever happened to me was like, I remember when I was 6, right? I used to like sleep in this pretty tall bed. And I distinctly remember I woke up in like the middle of the night. And for some reason, I had a nightmare. And whenever I would open my eyes, I could see, like, I would feel nauseating for some reason. I couldn't explain why, but I felt like I was gonna throw up. And the entire nightmare was about somebody was carrying me and was running with me together. And I don't remember where we were running from, but it was probably something. And I distinctly remember, every time I would open my eyes, nausea and vomiting, I felt like I was gonna, like, throw up. As soon as I closed my eyes, that feeling disappeared. And it continued for like good 10 minutes until I fell asleep again. And I never could explain why that happened. Because I remember telling that to my parents the other day. And they told me, oh, I'm pretty sure you just had like, one of those lucid dreams. You probably just hallucinated the entire thing. And I was like, but I distinctly remember like, feeling the touch of my bed and everything. So I didn't think that was the case, but to this day I couldn't explain what was happening. As much paranormal as it got. Because I've been to like haunted houses before, and I've been to like, scary places in like the woods and stuff, but I never had anything happen to me. For the better, I guess. But I was always jealous of people who have like cool ghost stories that they could tell you. I can't tell if it's true, but at least I have something. I don't, and I always feel left out. Because I wish I had a cool one, but no. Unfortunately, as good as it gets is me almost vomiting as a little child. In my bed. It's as good as it gets, really. It's as good as it gets.
And the 100th vision bearer in question, the one who will have their vision seized, I fear, is Toma.
That sounds pretty cool, Liz. I'm pretty sure you actually, like, witnessed some sort of ancient ritual going on. The actual shamans just manipulate nature and weather. I would like to be there for that. You kidding me? Learn some ancient spells? That sounds awesome.
Hold up a second. So the ceremony that Toma said the Tenryou Commission were busy preparing for, that was this vision hunt ceremony? And he was the target all along?
You see, guys, you have some cool stories. I don't have one. Because, like, even yours, Alex, like, not feeling a wall is more impressive than me almost, like, you know, throwing up. Because there's nothing cool about that. At least in your case, you probably gained, like, you know, a superpower for a good night. Where you can just traverse ethereal plane, you know? And that sounds awesome. I guess I'm just not destined to be cool in that sense. Truly setting stuff.
I believe so. The Shogun and the Tenryou Commission see the ceremony as a milestone. With the 100th vision, they wish to mark the success of the vision hunt decree to date.
Not really, Lilis. I'm trying to think of anything, and I don't think so. Because the thing is, like, ghosts weren't really part of me growing up. Like, I was never told, like, fables of ghosts or anything like that. The only ghost stories that I did hear were from other people. And I don't know if those are real, because, you know, people can just make them up. It's easy, because they like to feel special. And the majority of the people that I heard stories from, I wasn't, like, familiar with on a personal level. So I can't verify if they were true or not. But, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any, like, trustworthy type stories. It's more like some guy just saw, like, a shadowy figure in his driveway. Or somebody saw, like, a ghost of their deceased relative one morning. It's kind of the stories that I got told, but I'm like, did you really? Because, you know, I'm a little bit of a skeptic when it comes to those types of stories. I do want to believe them, but the thing is, I'm tough to convince when it comes to that sort of stuff. Because the only thing that I believe in is goddamn lizard people. Because those are real. No, I'm joking. But yeah. I don't know. Just paranormal stuff fascinates me, but I have a hard time believing in it for some reason. I wish I was a little bit more, you know, easier to convince, I guess. But just something about my brain is just like, no, it doesn't sound real. Well, yeah.
This cannot happen. I must go and rescue him.
I mean, yeah, I guess. It does make sense, but like... Because the thing is, I don't think all of the ghost stories are necessarily evil. Because I heard a bunch of like good ones as well. Like, I think I remember one of my good friends, which I kind of believe him. But I remember he told me that one time he got lost in the forest when he was like 6 years old. And he remembers that he saw some sort of light guiding him. In a sense of he like saw some sort of like a string made out of light matter or whatever. And he basically followed it and somehow ended up walking out of the forest. And he remembered it distinctly. He couldn't like touch it or feel it, but it was like an invisible type rope that he just followed out of the forest for like a good 20 minutes or so. That's how he walked out. And I was like, well, I guess that's kind of cool. I don't know if that was a ghost. Maybe you just saw like a light reflection or something on the string. But you know what? I believe you. Because I kind of like those kinds of stories more. Because at least in those cases, I'm kind of like, it could have happened. I don't know. I mean, with Zhongli on my side, there's no ghost that can harm me. There's no evil spirit that can penetrate his meaty shield and his mighty pillar of impending doom. There's nothing that can do that. So safety is a given. But sometimes, you know, safety is too much. Sometimes you want a little bit thrill. Sometimes you take the Zhongli shield off and the world just becomes, you know, a dangerous place yet again. But when you get back to that shield, oh, it's a feeling unlike any other. Being protected in a warm embrace of Zhongli's strong, big arms. That is what we all strive towards on a daily basis.
Yeah, like it or not, you represent the whole Yashiro Commission. So if you go and pull a stunt like that, you're basically declaring you and the Raiden Shogun are enemies now, right?
Oh, that's kind of interesting, Alex. I guess it's kind of like a premonition, right? Maybe your family comes from, you know, a Scandinavian origin or something, you know, maybe your family was Vikings back in the day, you know, just chopping it up, you know, conquering territories. And Valhalla just smiles upon you, and every time your relative dies, they go to ascend together with Valkyries and the mighty North gods to ascend toward the greater Asgard. But that's kind of cool. Personally, I don't have anything like that. You see, guys, you have some cool stories. For me, it's like nothing. I can't remember a single thing. I can't even remember my dreams half the time. I have a very, very hard time remembering my dreams. And I don't even have them that often. But when I do, just something about it, as soon as I wake up, I just forget them completely. I can't even remember what it was about. I remember dreaming, and I remember that was like either good or bad, but I couldn't tell you if you asked me what it was about. And that's kind of sad. Because I don't know if my like part of the brain that's responsible for dreaming is just not working correctly. But I always go jealous of people that like have cool dreams all the time. I wish I had at least one. Because I never had that experience. And I always get jealous of people. You know how sometimes you can apparently control your dreams? I think it's called like lucid dreaming or whatever. I wish I had that at least once. Are you kidding me? I would just make like a giant shrine to Zhongli in my dream. And just like surround myself by 20 copies of Zhongli. And just like take over the world. One pillar at a time. That would have been glorious. I would have shown everyone the true meaning of a god, okay? It would have been glorious. But no, unfortunately I don't have the luxury.
And by doing it so publicly, you might be implicating a lot of other people from the Yashiro Commission too.
I mean, it's not really sadly, it's just more like... It's a good and a bad thing because I don't have nightmares either. So like, it's neither good nor bad. So I guess it's give and take. Because I also know some people, they have like waking terrors on a daily basis. And I'm like, I don't want that either. So I guess I'm lucky and unlucky at the same time. So it's just how you look at it more than anything.
There is no other option. I must act with haste. The ceremony is about to begin. I will not abandon Toma like this.
But do you remember your dreams, Liz? That's the real question. Is your brain actually functional, unlike mine? Because I hope it is. Because like I had a lot of like crazy dream stories that my friends would tell me. Probably most of them made up. But some of the stuff they told me. I remember there was one story. Basically, my friend, for some reason, he dreamt that he was like, I think, in Burger King on like at 8 p.m. And for some reason, he went to the bathroom, right? And he saw somebody getting mugged inside the bathroom, like fully muscled, with two dudes. And one of the guys walked up to him and was like, "What are you looking at?" My friend was like, "I don't want any trouble." He walked inside the stall and like started doing his business, right? I remember him telling me for some reason, the guy in the next stall just started, you know, peeing on his shoes for whatever reason. I don't know how that's possible logistically, but that was happening. And as soon as he walked out the stall, the guy that was apparently peeing on his shoes just walked out and turned out to another guy. Just say, "Is that him?" And they were, "Yes." And my friend just like headbutted the guy and bolted out of the bathroom and just like ran away. And I remember him telling me that story, and I was like, okay, I know that the story is real because I don't know why you would make something like that up. Because that was one of the only dreams when I was like, yes, I do believe you, okay? Because you went like flying on the moon or like shaking hands with the president of the United States. You almost got mugged, got peed on your shoes, and almost got robbed. And you ran away. That's as real as it gets. That's what I feel like majority of people's dreams are. And when they tell it to other people, they just make like some crazy stuff up. Oh, you know what? As soon as the guy peed in my shoes, I turned into a dragon. And I burned him alive. And after that, I've flown to like New York and just ate pizza like all day. And it was cool. Like, no. I don't believe you. But yeah, I don't know.
He is my friend. To think that not long ago we were all eating hot pot together.
I actually never go recurrent dreams either. I know that some people have. I did have. I don't know if that's counting as a recurrent dream. When I was little, I don't know if you guys ever had that. When you dream, right, and you suddenly wake up. I remember if I went back to sleep like immediately, I would still be able to like dream again. It's the same dream, the exact same one. And I remember one time, I woke up like 3 or 4 different times during the night, and every single time I would go back to bed, I would still be able to see the exact same dream. When I was like 10 or something. And that was kind of cool. I wish I could remember what it was about. Because clearly I was invested. If I went to bed like 4 different times throughout the night, over and over again. But yeah, it was kind of cool. That's as cool as it got for me, really. It was dreams. That was the only experience that I kind of remember.
But... Okay, I'll wait here for your return. Get back safely.
That's kind of nice, Alex.
Don't worry, Ayaka. A friend's life is on the line. We ain't about to mess this up.
I don't know, just something about it. I guess I was just like super invested because I went like straight. As soon as I woke up, as soon as I opened my eyes, I just like back to bed. We keep going until I see the end of the story. Because I guess it was something cool. Oh, that's kind of awesome, Alex. Because I do know that a lot of writers get their like ideas from like dreams, and I always thought that it's really, really cool. Because it's probably not easy to like have a really cool dream and then be able to write a story about it. Because I know some people keep like diaries of their dreams and then like read them whenever they want to reconcile about it. And I thought about doing that, but as I said, as soon as I wake up, blank. Alright. It's fun time. Look at her. The queen of all weebs is finally here. The greatest need of them all is finally upon us. Stealing visions and stealing hearts. As well as our money. That's what Raiden is known for. Boys, I don't think you're acquainted with me, but I do have dull blade on my side.
Energy without a vision. You are an exception, it appears.
You got that right.
Exceptions. The enemy of eternity.
Alright, let's not jump to conclusions, okay? I just came here to have a good time, Raiden. No need to fight. But if it's a fight you wish, it's a fight you shall get. I'm not afraid of your chest sword, Raiden, okay? I fought it plenty of times.
You will be inlaid upon this statue.
We'll see about that. We'll see if Ayato has anything to say about that one. Alright. It's showtime. Let's see what you're all about, Raiden. Let's see how big and strong you are.
You are that which is furthest from eternity. Exceptional.
Well, I am quite exceptional, Raiden. I'm glad you noticed.
Sharing my knowledge.
Dead.
Everyone hold hands.
Inferior. You are an enemy that requires special attention.
Alright, you wanna play Raiden against Raiden? I have a sword of my own, alright? Is she immune? God damn, she's immune to Electra. Alright, you win this time.
Strike we go. Lightning falls on the land of eternity. Shine down. Inferior.
Who you calling inferior? You talking to the Pyroarchon himself. Raiden, show some respect. Nope.
Why do they never
No.
Be still.
Alright. Time out. Raiden, relax. It's not that serious, okay? Let's see. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now looking good. Now we can get back to business. There we go. It's like nothing ever happened.
I see everything. The Temple of Wisdom.
You sneaky one. Unbelievable, Raiden.
Cascade.
This ends now.
I may have overestimated myself.
In times like this, I wish I had my Zhongli. Because with Zhongli, this fight would have been so much easier. But no, I don't have the greatest man of them all.
Commit it to memory.
That's a great shame.
Mind the deluge.
Strike dead. Instabilities will be removed.
Alright, now you're playing dirty, Raiden. I don't appreciate it.
Will mold you into the foundations of eternity.
Like what is this about? Locking my skills? Unbelievable. I know you get jealous of, my Ayato, but come on. We can talk it out. Just put your weapon down and let's discuss it over a nice cup of tea. How does that sound? I'll take it as a no, I guess. These goddamn Archons and their obsession with
I may have overestimated myself.
lightning. Unbelievable. You win this round, Raiden, but I'll be back. I'll be back for vengeance, okay? And next time, my dull blade will reign supreme. Alright, I guess this is the end. Well, we had fun, guys. It's time to peace out. Isekai world, here I am. Toma, come on. You ruined my hopes and dreams. I was about to be transported as a protagonist of another world. Now look at me, running away in fear. This is not what I imagined when I traveled to Inazuma. I was hoping for a nice vacation. And all I'm getting is my ass kicked on a daily basis here.
Under the decree.
Unbelievable.
Next time, I will strike twice.
Well, you know what? I'll strike 3 times then. How does that sound? If I know anything is elementary math, I know it best. Okay, you strike twice, I strike 3 times. Okay, 1 more is always better. That's what I always say.
In case you've forgotten, the Komore tea house is the safest place for me to hide in this area. The only thing is, I probably won't be able to leave again for some time. I'll have to leave the next steps to you. Go to Tatarasuna and find the resistance.
Step 1, get stronger. Step 2, in development. It's like the entire plan of Toma.
The Shogun's army is almost certainly about to issue a warrant for our arrest. There are very few parties that will be willing to shelter us, but the resistance is an exception.
Hyman's pretty sure Ayaka mentioned them before. Oh yeah, Sangonomiya's group, the ones who came together to fight the Vision Hunt decree.
That's right. The resistance was founded by Sangonomiya Kokumi, the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island. Currently, it's her subordinate, Goro, who leads them in their war against the Shogun's army.
Also known as Little Mermaid, and her faithful follower. The best friend of the man. The best boy of them all, except Tomomaru, that is. The proud General Goro, the greatest boy of them all. He enjoys treats and long walks in the park. So as soon as you go there, give him this milk bone, and you earn his eternal trust. If he licks your hand, that's how you know. That's how you know he's trusting you.
However, the Yashiro Commission is not on especially close terms with the Resistance, so your dealings with us would normally be frowned upon.
However, do not ask it for his paw. That's too advanced of a step. You don't want to do that. Because he might not give it to you straight away. You gotta earn its trust. Toma just gives us like, the entire advice on how to tame Goro. And that's what I'm here for, honestly.
But you're different, so that shouldn't work against you. As far as I can see, the Resistance shouldn't have any reason to turn you away.
Oh, no worries, Angel. It's perfectly fine. No worries. I hope you have a good day as well. But yeah, we're gonna be streaming daily anyway, so just pop in whenever you have time. Really.
The only issue is that we can't be sure of the Resistance Force's current location. You'll have to ask around along the way.
Oh, hi there, Jeff, by the way. I didn't notice you. You're good at hiding. It's tough to notice you sometimes.
You'll likely pass through territory occupied by the Shogun's army at some point, so be sure to stay on your guard at all times.
Oh, don't you worry, my guard is always up.
Don't worry about me. I can remain hidden when I want to. I won't make it easy for them.
We gotta hurry up! The Tenryou Commission could be right around the corner! Let's get out of here!
I need vacation of my own, honestly, at some point. Ooh, it's been rough. Need some de-stress time. Maybe later. You know. Gotta stay on that grind. For now, at least. Ooh, that's tough one. Need to... As strong as Ayato's determination will is, I don't think he's gonna make it. By pure force of his strong arms. We need to get the transportation device. So let's go get ourselves some boats. We're gonna steal one. I always wondered, where do we get our boat from? because it just suddenly pops out of the ocean. It's like some magic device, just like a portable boat that we stuff inside a pocket and just unload it whenever we feel like it. Because if it is a case, I want the technology. Imagine having a portable car, just the size of a little cube. You just put a little water, and it suddenly transforms into like Ford Focus or something. Because honestly, that sounds pretty cool, and I would like that. Every time you think about parking, no anymore. Parking is made for you. All in the convenience of your pocket. Where? Ah, there's electrogram. I was like, I need one. There we go. Alright, magic boat. Take me to an amazing place of adventure. There we go, the greatest achievement of them all. Initial D would be proud of me. Has been a while since I explored in Azuma. Brings so many memories back. Oh. The last time I did any exploration in Azuma was like at least a year ago at this point. Oh, hello there. God damn, you're a big boy, aren't you? Like, this man is like 3 meters tall. Like, what is this all about? Why is Ito not that big? That's a real question right here. Like, look at him. Look at this lad. He's built different. Like, literally. God damn. That's a big boy right there. I hope Grandmaster Vake is that size as well. Just like a huge lad. That would have been glorious. Oh, you have snow as well, Alex? Yeah,
I heard they
same.
added a couple more people to the wanted list. They're high priority targets, apparently.
I mean, I do have issues with my Wi-Fi as well because of that, but luckily, we are doing okay, for now at least.
But most of our forces are out on the front line. How are we supposed to effectively prioritize them? We'll just have to make sure we keep our eyes peeled when we're out on patrol.
Jeff, how many times do I need to tell you? It's not simping, it's appreciation. Okay? Just because I want John Lee's big, strong, bare-chested arms to wrap around me 24/7 doesn't mean I'm simping for him. I'm truly just appreciating his gloriness. Okay? His great physique as well as the overall presence. Is it really a simping in your understanding? Would a simping man talk about the greatness of one of the most perfect men to have existed? Is that truly a simping? No, it is not.
I wonder how they're faring on the front line. Last thing I heard was that we'd pushed the resistance back to just northwest of Musojin Gorge. I don't know if that's true.
I doubt it. Their rearguard isn't far from there. We're gaining ground at the moment, but I don't think we pushed them back that far. Anyway, we should focus on patrol. Come on, we're up.
I haven't spent a single dime on my Zhongli, Jeff. So who is an actual simp here, huh? My Zhongli is built from pure sweat, tears, blood, and affection, as well as love. That's what it's all about when it came to Zhongli for me. I bet you can say the same.
Fair point. Time to go to work.
The northwest of Musojin Gorge. So that's where the resistance forces are based. We should keep asking around though, just to be safe.
I'm just gonna avoid fighting for now, just so we don't get deteriorate from the story too much.
Oh, hey. You managed to escape too?
Yeah. Where are you headed?
Hiki Village. I've heard the rumors, but it's still gotta be a safer place than a war zone. What about you?
Don't get me started. I was recuperating on Nozuchi Beach. It's complete chaos over there. The Resistance aren't having an easy time of it. They don't have the manpower for an all-out confrontation, so they can't contend with the Shogun's army. The front line used to be further forward, but they had to retreat a couple of times. Now they're back to Nozuchi Beach. That's where I've just come from. I was lucky to get out. It's much too dangerous. Their forces are so scattered that no one knows who's who, and anyone you run into pulls their weapon. I just dropped my luggage and ran here.
Snow is great if there's no wind. Because the thing is, I grew up in a climate where the summers are scorching hot and the winters are blazing cold. So, every single summer, it would be plus 30 degrees minimum, and every single winter, it will be minus 30 degrees minimum. So it's either or, really. So, from my experience alone, I'd say I personally prefer heat over coldness. Because at least with heat, as long as it's not humid, it's kind of nice. But with cold, if it's like hailing wind, it's awful. But if it's just like, you know, a nice warm day with snow outside, which sometimes happens, that is like the best you can possibly get. Because I love just something about crunching snow under your feet is like so pleasing to me. But yeah, I don't know. To me, I'd say summer is better, but that's just my opinion.
I think we need to keep moving. Things are changing so fast. The further away we can get, the better.
Also, snow is only nice when it's like pristine white color. As soon as it gets into this slush of like mixed with like ground and stuff and dirt, then it becomes awful. Because it just becomes like this amalgamation of filth that you don't want anything to do with. So snow has a good and a bad to it. But I'd say it's nice to experience snow in moderation. If you get a chance, Liz, I would urge you to go like skiing or snowboarding at some point. Because that is fun. That is one of the things I think is the best thing about winter. Because I went skiing and snowboarding like almost every single winter with my parents, because for some reason they thought it was a good family bonding time. And yeah, it was fun. Because the best feeling in the world, to me personally, is when it's like cold outside. You come inside, you take off your jacket, you know, you get changed into like warm clothing, you know? You sit next to a fireplace. You make yourself a nice cup of either tea or hot chocolate, depending on what you feel like. And you just sit and just like enjoy the vibe, you know? That's one of the best feelings you can possibly get. And I do stand by that.
Agreed. Why don't we stick together? Can't hurt to team up with someone.
Don't we all, Alex? Don't we all? I probably will be making tea after the stream as well. Got myself a little bit too excited. I might crack open the peach blossom tea for now. And you know, just go to town on it.
Nazuchi Beach. Sounds like that's where the Resistance and the Shogun's army are battling it out right now. Let's head over and take a look.
Because I found a nice title to read this evening. So I'm just gonna, you know, make some tea, maybe grab a few snacks later, and, you know, just zone out for a couple hours. Just have a good time. That's what I urge you to do as well, guys. Because there's nothing quite like evening time. I usually put like a nice calming music as well, like the type we listen to right now. And, you know, just zone out. Probably should go unlock the actual statue of the 7, just so we have access to the map. It's a little bit convoluted. I know the island is not that big, but I might as well want to see where I'm going. To not get lost. Because knowing me, I'll probably get lost. Even though there's like ocean in every single direction to look at. But I'll still probably manage somehow. Oh, snowboarding is actually not that hard, Liz. The thing about snowboarding is if you ever go to like a place, because I usually went to Hokkaido myself for snowboarding, and the thing is, usually they have like beginner courses at first, where it's like just like this pristine, nice slope, where there's no like incline, there's no any, you know, type of dangerous jumps you need to make, anything like that. And it's like super nice and chill, and you just train there until you get used to it. And afterwards, if you're feeling frisky and you want to, you know, get a little bit of adrenaline rush, there's like 4 different types of slopes. So there's beginner level, which are green. Then there's intermediate level, which are amber. Then there's hard ones, which are more for like seasoned ones who know how to ski already. Those are red. And then if you are, you know, the prodigy of snowboarding, if you are somebody that wants to prove to the world that you and the board are one. You don't ride the board, you are the board. Then you go to the black slope. And that is a slope which pretty much isn't famous for being a leg breaker. Because that's where a majority of people just get injuries all the time. And I usually go on the red ones, just because I like a little bit of a challenge. And if I'm feeling particularly, you know, daring, I sometimes go on black ones. I usually don't go onto amber, just because it's a little too easy for me. But every time I go on the black one, my life would flash before my eyes, and I would be afraid that I'm probably gonna die. So, take that for what you will. But it's a feeling unlike any other, you know? The thrill, the adventure. There's something to look forward to. Oh, hey, are you? Hopefully you're doing okay. Hokkaido. So, if you don't know, Liz, basically the north of Japan is known for having like snow all year round. So it's Hokkaido region, which is like the most north point in
He's in a tight spot.
Japan.
Let's go help him out.
And that's where like people go skiing. That's where a bunch of like white people go to ski. And some Japanese people, to be fair. But yeah, that's where I would go all the time with my family and my uncle.
There is no escape.
To like family retreat, if you will. And I would ski there. And it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
Let's light it up.
Hey,
Why do they never miss?
Shine down.
Train harder.
You saved me. I thought I was about to die.
You not going, Alex? Are you not into skiing? That sounds like a pretty cool idea, no? Well, Savik, depends how you feel about, you know, snowstorms, because when I was a child, snowstorms were pretty common occurrence. And if it's minus 30 outside, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too fun. Because I grew up with harsh winters. The coldest I ever saw weather get outside was like minus 42 or something. And that's the kind of weather where majority of the time, if it happened in Europe, people would shut the entire country down. But for some reason, where I'm from, they're like, business as usual. You better come to school. But yeah, it's rough, it's rough.
Thank you so much for your help. I'm Teppei, of the Gobius platoon. I'm with the Resistance.
2K for a trip is pretty pricey, honestly. So I do not blame you. Because like usually ski resorts are pretty pricey. They're not cheap. Unless you go in like the package deals, because usually those are pretty good. But if you just go on like random days, especially at winter, and like winter is the worst. Because the prices are just sky high and the people there, just too many. It's the best time to probably go like mid-November, like late November maybe. Or like really, really early December. That's probably the best times to go. Or like late February. That's probably... I wouldn't go in January because that's when the entire place is packed pretty much.
I was sent to the front line just recently. I was looking forward to doing my part. Instead, it seems I fell at the first hurdle.
Well, to be fair, that's probably a good thing, no, Sadek? Because cold is not like pleasant, you know? It's nice to see snow, but just overall coldness is not the best thing. I don't know, maybe I'm just hot, like a cold-blooded creature, but I like sun. I don't really like cold weather. I do like it in like chunks, you know? Like, I'm perfectly cool with having snow for like a week, but having it for 3 months straight, I'm like, no, get away from me.
So, you aren't dressed like Resistance fighters. Have you come here looking to sign up?
Never had one. I'm lucky enough to never experience any like weather catastrophes. No single one. I don't know if I just got lucky, but every time, even in Japan when I visit, I never encountered a single one. And Japan is famous for like tsunamis, typhoons, goddamn earthquakes, you name it. If it happens, it's probably happening there. So yeah.
Great! Just the other day, I heard General Goro complaining about how desperate we are for more people. Your support will make a big difference.
I mean, Savik, I have rain outside my window, just staring deep inside my soul on a daily basis. So I'm pretty sure we all hate our weather. It's like, you know, it's a common occurrence. There's no single person that like, oh, I love my weather. It's great. No, you always complain about your weather. That's how you bond with people. Because nobody wants to hear that the weather is great. Because if it is great, then they know it. But the weather is bad, you're like, yes, it is. It is, kind sir, or lady. And I do agree with you. How about we talk it over a nice cup of tea?
I'll escort you back to our camp. Oh, but first, let me bring you up to speed on our current situation.
Yeah, I guess my luck was that type of stuff was pretty good. Because I remember even one time, my home city got decimated by like a strong wind. It wasn't a tornado because we don't have those, but it was like the trees were ripped from the ground. And luckily, I was away the week that it happened. I was like on vacation, and I remember coming back and like seeing just trees just laying on the ground. I'm like, is that normal? Did something happen? Because I remember going with my grandparents at the time, and I was like, okay, interesting. I'm pretty sure that tree wasn't like that when I left. So something goes awry in here. I smell fishy business. But yeah, it was interesting. Maybe like weather gods just bless me, you know? Maybe like Zeus is just looking after me.
As you can see, the Resistance are at a constant disadvantage when it comes to open confrontation. The goal of the Shogun's army is to uphold eternity. To this end, they have the support of the Tenryou Commission's general, Kujo-Sara, who commands an exceptionally strong force.
Oh yeah, that's quite like horrifying to me, because I can't imagine just, you know, just staying inside your house or like apartment and just having your entire goddamn life shaken and your soul just goes inside the ground. Like, I feel terrible for people who like get their entire houses demolished by earthquakes or like just injured or something, or even worse in certain cases. Like, it's terrible. I feel like nothing but compassion towards those kinds of people, because it's gotta be rough, especially living in areas where like earthquakes are common. It's terrible. Because my uncle tells me like horror stories all the time, because he lives in Tokyo, right? But usually in the north of Japan, earthquakes happening like almost on a weekly basis. I remember him telling me that like they can feel an earthquake all the way from the north down south over there. Like, because Tokyo is like in the middle of Japan, and they can feel the earthquakes all the way there. Because usually it's like 6 or 7 magnitude, 5 on a good day. And like, that thing travels far. And I'm like, whew, I'm glad I never got to experience it.
As for us, vision bearers are few and far between as it is. And because of the Vision Hunt decree, they're rarer than ever. The fact we're even able to hold out is thanks to the brilliant strategic mind of Her Excellency, Sango Nomiya. We're also indebted to the great courage shown by General Goro and the Resistance troops. If only I had a vision myself. Not only would I be better placed to share Her Excellency and General Goro's burden, but I'd be able to hold my own on the battlefield too. I couldn't help but notice that you used elemental energy when saving me just now. You must have a vision yourself?
No, really. Teppei, I have mixed feelings about you, because I know what's gonna happen to you, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's gonna be sad, I'm gonna cry, and it's just not gonna be pretty. Yes, Pooh, son of a hunk.
Are you serious? That's incredible. I guess that means you're immune to the Vision Hunt decree.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's That's rough. I mean, I did hear about it on the news and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, it's, as I said, I feel terrible for people who have to go through stuff like that.
You have to let me introduce you to General Goro. He'll welcome you with open arms.
Oh, no worries, Savik. I'll still be here for at least another hour or so. So that's perfectly fine.
Perhaps I can also make a worthy contribution this way. Of course, I'd much rather prove my worth by the sword. If only taking down Shogunate Samurai was as easy as you make it look.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we got our ass handed to us by Shogun, but I'm glad you understand our mightiness, Tepe. That's why I always liked you.
Anyway, we shouldn't delay. Let's head off.
My poor boy. Goddamn Tepe. He's probably the only NPC I ever cared about. And what they got me? Only sadness. In the end. Alright, let's see, how do we climb this thing?
Let's get down to business.
No business today, boys. Maybe later. Let's see. Okay. Think we're almost there. Actually, let's go unlock the statue first. I always like this thundery atmosphere. No. I say that as I almost get my ass beat by a thunder. There we go. Yeah, it's rough, Liz. I mean, luckily it doesn't happen too often, I presume. Because I can't imagine if it was like happening on, you know, bi-weekly basis. But yeah, it's rough. Because I always go terrified of like natural disasters and being entangled in them. Because like tsunamis is another one that like horrifies me immensely. Because imagine just seeing like 100-meter tall just wave just crushing on top of you. It's like, just the thought of it is terrifying to me. Because at least with like earthquakes nowadays, they kind of try to build houses that are not affected by them as much. Because I think they build them in a specific way that like the houses just kind of lean and shake in a sense, especially like big buildings. So they don't get affected by earthquakes as often. But what are you going to do against tsunami? Like that thing just going to swallow your entire house and run away with it. Look at this boy. Alright, Goro. What do you have to say for yourself?
This is what happened, General Goro. I was surrounded by Shogunate samurai, and they came to my rescue.
Yeah, that's Mother Nature playing tricks on you, unfortunately. She's a cruel mistress sometimes.
They can use the elements without a vision. The Resistance could really use people with that kind of skill. We should bring them in.
Because the thing is, you can't even, like, predict that type of stuff. Because I'm pretty sure earthquakes just happen out of the blue. Because, like, tectonic plates just decide to shift, and it happens. It's horrible, honestly.
I presume you've heard that the goal of the Resistance is to defeat the Shogun's army and repeal the Vision Hunt Decree.
I just can't imagine, like, the lingering fear of, like, Earth just starting to collapse under you, you know, at any given moment. It's just like, I can't imagine how that feels to live with, you know? Because I'm not naturally, like, afraid of things, but I'm afraid of stuff that I can't control, and natural disasters is definitely one of them. Because, like, it doesn't matter how prepared you are, you're probably not going to be able to predict or rationally think when the sky and, like, the goddamn Earth just decides to, you know what? I've had enough. It just decides to, like, you know, reshift itself.
This is no
So
easy
yeah,
task.
that's terrible.
Each who sets foot on the battlefield must be ready to sacrifice their life. Tell me, why do you wish to join us? The Resistance cannot accept any who don't possess a warrior's will. You and I must be certain of your decision.
Imagine if you are, like, on the golden throne, on a porcelain throne, just sitting doing your business. Like, what are you gonna do at that point? Because there's a moral dilemma. Do you finish? Or do you save your life? What would be less embarrassing? You running naked on the street? You know? Or you staying in your home, potentially risking everything going? Because that is the dilemma that I don't think I could answer. Because I'm not the kind of man to decide stuff like that. And it's truly horrifying to me. Because when you think about it, where are you the most vulnerable? And that is when you just, you know, completely one with the nature.
You're referring to the ceremony to mark the 100th vision seized under the decree, right? Yes, we received some news of it here, despite it taking place over in Inazuma City. There was a disturbance, allegedly. Highly unusual considering that the Raiden Shogun appeared in person. But why do you wish to discuss this all of a sudden? Unless you have some information to share.
It was I. You're looking at him, Goro.
What?
You heard me right.
Yep, we had a fight with the Raiden Shogun and everything. Then we grabbed the Vision Bearer and whisked him off to safety.
I mean, Allah will horrify me no matter what is it for. Are you kidding me? Imagine you just, like, minding your own business. Like, walking on the street, and the next thing you hear is just, like, alarms just starting going off everywhere. I'm pretty sure everybody would panic. It's, like, traumatizing no matter what. Because I remember we had, like, drills. Sometimes for, like, you know, whatever, just to see if they work. And I remember one time in my hometown, I was, like, just walking, like, listening to music. And I remember in like a distant sound, all I could hear is, like, this piercing noise. They couldn't figure out what it was about. So I remember taking my headphones off, and it was like this wee woo. That bullshit starts playing, and I was like, Are we getting attacked? What's going on? Are the aliens invading finally? Is a doomsday finally coming? Were Aztecs right? Because I think it was like in 2012 as well, so I was like, whether Mayans actually correct, god damn it, is this the end? But no, it was just like they testing alarms, and apparently they never just told anyone about it. They're like, we're just gonna test it, see if it works. And it was like on for a good 5 to 10 minutes as well. So people were like panicking on the street, just not knowing what to do. And I was like, I mean, I just kept walking really because I didn't know what to do, and it wasn't like anything happening. So I was like, I might as well just go home and see what's going on. But yeah, I remember going home and my parents were like, don't worry, it's just testing. So yeah.
After that, they added us to the Army's wanted list. That's why we came here.
Now that you mention it, we did just recover a bounty notice from a shogunate samurai defeated in battle.
There's some kinky stuff right there, Liz. God damn. Sorry, I didn't mean to be joking around about that, but you know, I just couldn't help myself.
It read, "Reward for the capture of a blonde-haired traveler and their mysterious flying pet." Huh. So this refers to you two?
Indeed so, girl. Indeed so.
What? Who are they calling a mysterious flying pet?
You are Paimon. Do you see another mysterious flying creature floating around me? I don't think so.
My apologies. I understand your situation well enough for now. On behalf of the Resistance, welcome to our ranks. Her Excellency is currently away from the camp. We don't know where she went, but she instructed us to take care of everything in her absence. I will ask Tepe here to show you around the camp first, and then dispatch you straight to the front line. If you're ready, of course.
I was born ready, Goro. Put me in, coach. Let's do this.
Yes, sir.
As Tepe said.
I used to be in the logistics division, so I'm the right person to show you around. I know the setup like the back of my hand. I'll make sure you get a warm Resistance welcome. Let's start with the field hospital. Some of my friends are recovering there. Last time I saw them, I promised that I'd introduce any new recruits. When they're finally back on the battlefield alongside us, we'll all be brothers in arms.
Is this a new recruit?
I mean, my sense of humor could be a little bit, you know, too much for some people. Because, I don't know, I just always found that the best way to deal with any, like, negative stuff is to make, you know, humorous, you know, joke about it. That's how kind of I dealt with a bunch of, like, negative stuff. And I feel like, at least with humor, you get to light up the mood a little bit, as long as you do it tastefully, you know. Make people a little bit less depressed in the process, maybe, if you get lucky enough.
Looks like a strong addition to the troop. Hopefully someone I can spar with after I've recovered.
Whoa. Brand new recruit and your first thought is to start sparring with them. You're getting ahead of yourself. That wound of yours isn't something that's gonna clear up in a few days. Tepe, did you bring this one in? How are things on the front line?
Well, the enemy are much stronger than we could have imagined, but we're holding our own. I've been right in the thick of it. At one point, there were a horde of enemy troops surging towards us like the tide, but I didn't flinch. I drew my blade and charged straight into the fray. 4 shogunate samurai, and only one of me. But I still managed to fend them off.
Goddamn, Tepe, you're a legend.
Look at you. When did you grow nerves of steel?
I mean, fair enough, Liz. I feel like that's a pretty good way of dealing with, you know, bad things. Just to make, you know, fun of it. And light up the mood a little bit. It's alright, no worries. I'm glad my, you know, soothing voice and some nice music could help you fall asleep at least. I do take pride, you know, in my silky smooth voice when I wanna do, you know, a little bit of a comment type stuff. But yeah, jokes aside, if you are tired, just go to bed, honestly, it's fine. Because I know for some of you guys it might be on the later side.
This guy stole the show, though. When he saw me tiring and falling back, he burst onto the scene and took down a whole group of them in one fell swoop. They were no match for him at all. I heard he even stormed the Vision Hunt ceremony, and that the Raiden Shogun herself failed to take him down.
No worries, I'll see you next time. Have a good rest.
Amazing work, both of you. Still, I can believe most of that, but him facing off against the Raiden Shogun? I think you might be embellishing the story a little there, Teppei. I mean, we've all heard of the Muso no Hitotachi, right? Either way, to tell the truth, with all the losses we've sustained recently, I was starting to lose hope in our ability to hold out much longer. But seeing fresh recruits join our ranks and hearing Teppei's exploits, I'm itching to get myself better as soon as possible so I can get back out on the front line.
Huh. That's a lukewarm epiphany if you ask me. While you're lying there itching to get better, I'm still out there training hard despite my injury. Well, even though it burst open again yesterday.
It did? Well, do you need me to get you something to dress it with? I heard about a remedy recently that uses wild bugs. All you need to do is grind Onikabuto into powder and it makes a very effective dressing. They say it feels cool on the skin and acts fast to completely cure flesh wounds.
Sure, I'll take one. Thanks.
Sounds a little strange to me. I would have thought wolf hooks would do the trick, but it's your decision.
Well, how about we let our new recruit decide? I'll stay here and make some preparations. If you're a fan of weird and wonderful remedies, please gather some Onikabuto for me. I'll take it from there.
Goddamn, we're gonna go back to primordial medicine. The next thing you know, we're just gonna bust out crystals and stuff. Start channeling Reiki and whatnot. Ah, Teppei, you naive little man.
Bring some of those instead. Personally, I recommend we try the new remedy. It sounds promising.
You know what? Unconventional medicine? Might as well give it a try. When it comes to snake oil, you might as well try the best one. Let's go catch some snake and crush them into fine powder. It's probably gonna be as effective.
Thanks,
No better.
Have you decided which dressing to use yet?
Alright, there you go.
Alright, I knew you'd back me on this. I can't guarantee it'll work, but if it does, everyone will be fighting fit again in no time.
I probably ruined another man's life right now, but you know what? I gotta back up my boy Teppei in his pursuit of pharmaceutical passions. Because who else but me?
Well, why don't you hand me the ingredients? It's a bit of a chore to prepare, so I'll take it from here.
Ow, ow, ow. Huh? Just like that, the pain stopped. Now it just feels numb.
Looks like this might actually work. Not bad, Teppei. As soon as I'm better, we'll have to do some serious sparring together to make up for lost time.
Sparring? You have a one-track mind, seriously. But good going, Teppei. When you first applied it, it felt like you were rubbing salt into the wound. But then the pain disappeared and there was just a cool sensation. I swear, I can feel my body repairing itself already. Still, I better not start overdoing it quite yet. Thanks to both of you for looking after us so well. The day I'm discharged, drinks are on me.
I'll hold your word to it. Takura. You ain't gonna escape that one.
Just glad we were able to help. Alright, I'm gonna continue giving our new recruit the grand tour. Rest up, you guys.
I'm gonna go to the finest tea shop imaginable and just buy the entire stock. And you're gonna pay for it, Takura, just because you made a promise to me. And that was the worst mistake you ever did in your life. Because you made a promise to a powerful man. And when a powerful man receives a promise, he cashes in on it in the most lucrative way possible. By buying the entire stock of tea leaves Lady Inazuma has to offer.
Don't forget to visit the training grounds. Get some practice in before you hit the front line.
Calm down and get some rest.
The training grounds. That reminds me, they should be doing archery training over there right now. Let's head over.
I guess I need to put some archers, you know what? Let's put Amber.
Outrider Amber, reporting.
The best archer of them all. The true Outrider.
Oh, another miss. This sucks. Let's see now. I've loosed exactly 10 arrows and only one...
Bullseye?
Only one hit the target.
This isn't good enough. It's evident from these past few days that practice alone isn't enough to improve our marksmanship. How hard could it be? Just draw the bow, aim, and shoot. Clearly, I underestimated the skill involved.
You just gotta put a scope on it. Just put like a laser pointer on your bow, and you're good to go. It's as easy as that. I mean, Liz, I'm gonna be real, I never used Amber ever to begin with. Even if I had Amber C6, it probably still wouldn't make me want to even level her up, let alone use her.
With progress like this, who knows when we'll be fit for battle? I suppose all we can do for now is wait for the drill master's next visit and ask him for more tips.
Seems things have gotten tough on the front line recently. All the best drill masters have already been dispatched to fight. I guess we'll just have to keep practicing ourselves. At this rate, who knows if we'll ever become resistance fighters.
Come on, guys, less complaining, more training.
Teppei-senpai?
Listen up for a second. I've come to introduce our newest recruit. In battle, he single-handedly slayed multiple shogunate samurai without so much as breaking a sweat. And that was after interrupting the vision hunt ceremony with a feat of stunning bravery. Not to mention surviving an encounter with the Raiden Shogun.
Is that true? Perhaps you'd be willing to give us some archery tips?
Kaya is actually pretty cool. I do like Kaya. Like, Kaya is probably the only actual character out of the stars that you get that I actually like. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Lisa either. And like, Amber is kind of sucky. So, but Kaya is good actually. Kaya is nice.
We promise not to take too much of your time. A quick demonstration would be all we need. Our previous training was so rushed that we hardly remember the proper technique.
And it's not only because of his devilish looks and those tight jeans that he wears. And it's not because the first time I saw his great, you know, assets, highlighting ass, never been the same, you know. Just that first shot you get as soon as you land after fighting the Valen, life-changing, honestly.
It would mean a lot.
Oh, you got it. We won't let you down.
Alright. Time to channel our inner Outrider.
Pressure getting to you?
Alright, I need to shoot.
Demonstrate? Come on, truck, let's go.
I need to shoot blue ones. My bad, Teppei.
Ready?
Yes.
Sure you'll get it this.
Let's get it. I was shooting the wrong ones. Okay. This time though, that was a practice. That was to test if you paid attention. Look at this. This is what archery is all about. This is what they told me in Knights of Favonius, okay? That's why you don't mess with Mondstadt. Because Amber is there.
Incredible! I think I understand what I was doing wrong now.
I mean, Kaya has the best drip in Genshin Impact. I'm gonna stay by that statement. Are you kidding me?
My posture was off, and I didn't draw back with enough force. Seems I also need to focus on keeping my grip steady and monitoring the external environment. If I can get those few down, I'll be hitting my mark in no time.
Those few, huh? Watching your demonstration was a great help. I learned a lot. At least this time I was able to observe some proper technique. As long as I can retain it, I know I'll become much stronger.
Well, it's a good attitude to have.
Honestly, before this whole conflict came about, I was just another everyday citizen of Watatsumi Island.
Well, one day citizen, another day a brave soldier.
My wife and I were leading a quiet life together. War and battles were the last things on our mind. That all changed with the Vision Hunt decree. The actions of the Shogun's army ignited something inside me. That's why I joined the resistance. The road ahead of us now seems like a long one indeed. Can those of us without visions or combat skills really become adept fighters like them? There's no use in speculating. Thank you both for your help. We'll keep practicing as much as we can.
Stay focused. With us holding the front line, you can continue sharpening your skills until you're ready. Now then, let me show you around some other places. Where should we head next?
Sir, we've got trouble. The Shogun's army is attacking. There are still many wounded in the camp. We mustn't let the enemy break through. We'll need your help to hold them off.
Alright, it's wartime.
What? Impossible. How could they have reached us all the way out here? We'd better go assess the situation. A chance for us to prove our worth in battle.
It's time. It's time to assert our dominance. Kuja-san wouldn't even know what's coming first. I read Sun Tzu, okay? I know the art of war. You don't want to mess with me. Because I know the tactics.
Soldiers, quick!
I won't forget this.
Well, we managed to hold them off. But what would the Shogun's army be doing here?
Tepe? I didn't see you swing your weapon out there. Where's this we coming from? It was Ayato, okay? Not us, it was Ayato.
We have
Taking credit for all this work. Unbelievable, Tepe.
The enemy should never have been able to reach us this far unnoticed. Unless we have a traitor in our midst.
We could.
They must have an informant, feeding them intelligence and helping them to approach unseen. That's the only possible explanation. Our priority is finding the agent and protecting the camp. This is my chance to show what I'm made of.
Sir, if I may, I just returned from inspecting the perimeter. It appears that several portions of our defensive walls were already collapsed. The Shogun's army must have known about this vulnerability and made their way over from the cliffs nearby before attacking through the gaps in our defenses. I suggest we repair the walls and double the guard. That should keep them from sneaking up on us like this again.
Not only ambitions, but also our people, okay? It's not just a war for the land. It's a war to assert our dominance and prove for once and for all. That we are the apex predator in this midst, goddammit. Look at his eyes. These are bloodthirsty eyes. These are the eyes of a man. The thirst for battle. He might be shorter than every single other man by about half. But goddamn. Those 5'2", let Aether go rocking. Those are packed with violence, determination, and a heart of steel that he carries with him no matter what.
In that case... Understood. Leave the repairs to us. We can make use of the wooden rope nearby to patch up the defenses. Why don't we make this more interesting, recruit? A contest between the two of us. Just don't underestimate me. If there's anything I know, it's logistics. You'll see.
Alright, fair enough. Let's see, Tepe. Where would there would be? Alright, I found it. Well, that was easy. Tepe, I'm done.
Alright, that should do it. The Shogun's army will have a hard time getting past this, no matter how determined they are.
Tepe, I have bad news for you. I'm pretty sure those sticks ain't holding anyone back. They can just climb over it. I'm pretty sure some of them can even squeeze in here. This wall is as useless... is as useless as a god in Paimon's directions, okay? She's not helping and neither do you. Because his defense... like, who built it? Who is the project manager of this goddamn shenanigans? Because I want to have a word with them. Who approved this? Tepe. Tell me the truth. Were you the one? I know it was you. How can I be mad at you? Unbelievable,
Seems I've made
Tepe.
another valuable contribution to the resistance. But why does it always have to be logistics work?
I'll become the president of Inazuma, are you kidding me? I'll change this goddamn... I'll build this city from ground up. I'm gonna make everyone drink tea and have great time all year round. It's gonna be glorious. There's not gonna be thunder anymore. It's gonna be fun. You know, light time. There might be a little bloodshed every now and again, but you know, it is what it is. We gotta assert our dominance every now and again. But majority of the time, it's fun all around.
I thought getting transferred to the front line would be a chance to showcase my abilities and square off with the enemy. Instead, here I am. Doing what I've always done before.
I'm gonna introduce a daily drinking tea quota. You gotta drink at least a liter of tea daily, otherwise you're expelled from our nation. Because only the true tea connoisseurs are allowed to stay within Inazuma. We're gonna build a cultural city, goddammit. And we're gonna make it one teapot at a time.
Why are you so insistent about being on the front line?
It's just like General Goro said. We joined the resistance because of our warriors' will. There are a multitude of ways to contribute to the resistance, but who wouldn't want to take out a few shogunate samurai given the chance? Anyway, we got more than we bargained for inspecting the camp. Let's report back to General Goro. If all goes well, we might just be assigned a few missions closer to the action.
That's what I like to hear, Liz. That's what I like to hear.
Strange. I don't see General Goro anywhere.
We've had a change of plans. The general has been dispatched to the front line to lead our forces into battle. The Shogun's army is attempting an advance on the main front. Reports have it that Kujo Sara is now personally leading the enemy forces.
Hey there, Savik. I'm glad you can join us back.
As for us, it's been days since Her Excellency last made an appearance here. We've executed almost all the directives she gave us, but have received no further instruction.
You arguably came back at the right time because we are about to embark on a battlefield.
The situation is
prove our
becoming
worth.
grim. If we retreat any further, I fear morale may falter. For now, we can only pray that General Goro will be able to turn the tide, however difficult that may seem.
We should go to the front line. Our forces need all the help they can get. We're no use to them here. We mustn't let Tatara Suna fall to the enemy.
Alright, time to go to the front lines. We gotta make sure to assert our dominance and prove to everyone that we are the ultimate weapon of them all. They might think that Masuno no Hidetachi is the greatest weapon of them all, but not so, not so. It's us. It's a traveler, the weapon of mass destruction. As well as his trusted dull blade by his side. What can really stand at his side? Alright, I'm switching sides. I'm on this side now. That's right. Oh, you know what? You know what? Maybe, maybe no. Sarah, what do you have to offer to me? Because you know what? I might join you. It all depends on the deal you give me. I don't know. I don't know. Still need to decide. Alright, dramatic. Pause.
So,
I'm into it.
You are the only one here? I thought I might get to meet your grand strategist. She is the one that's been causing our forces so much trouble. The fact the Resistance has even held out for this long is thanks to her. But soon, the Resistance will fall. They are no match for the might of the Shogun's army. Her schemes mean nothing now. We have already rooted out those behind the Resistance. All who have dishonored the almighty Shogun will be punished.
I have faith in Her Excellency and in the soldiers of the Resistance. The Vision Hunt Decree is a brutal injustice. Our resistance has only just begun.
It is futile. There is one other thing. I'm sure you've seen the recent arrest warrants. I trust that the blonde traveler is somewhere among your forces now. I will make you a deal. Hand him over to us, and you'll buy yourself some time. A respite from the bloodshed would be advantageous to both sides, would it not?
So that's why you brought reinforcements. Just to get...
He is of great importance to the almighty Shogun.
Is that so? Well...
But the way I see it, he is expendable to the Resistance.
That's where you're wrong. He means just as much to us. As a member of the Resistance, he's a comrade. I'll never surrender him to you.
See, that's why I told you Goro is a great boy. Look at those puffy cheeks. They're full of trust. There's no single deceit in those goddamn eyebrows of his. Those green, emerald-like eyes. The greatest boy of them all.
The Resistance never betrays its own. Her Excellency made that clear to everyone from the very beginning.
Goro, after this battle, you're gonna have your milky bone, okay? Treat. I'm gonna give it the entire pack to you. Because goddamn, you moved me.
General Goro!
Alright, it's time to throw down.
Teppei and the Traveler.
Right, let's talk.
What are you doing here?
We're here to kick some ass and chew some gum. And as you all know, there's no gum in Tear, so that leaves us only one option.
It would appear our time to fight side by side has finally come.
Well, well, we meet again. This time, I won't let you get away. I thought that you would seek refuge with the Resistance in the hope of receiving asylum. That you'd choose to show up here.
proves that you have more bravery in you than I had originally thought. And now that you're here, I have a proposal.
I challenge you to a duel. Just Yu-Gi-Oh theme starts playing.
Why not represent the Resistance in a fight of honor?
A Yu-Gi-Oh fight of honor. Just HP bar starts popping out.
A fight of honor? What's that?
Before the battle begins, each side chooses their finest warrior for a match of single combat. To the superior force, there's little significance in such a duel. But to the weaker force, victory could constitute an important boost to their morale. Her motives are clear. She wants to use the match as an opportunity to capture you. Do not feel compelled to participate. We could take the fight to them without such a ceremony.
Well, you see, Goro, unfortunately, I have a rare disease known as ass-kicking syndrome. You see, Goro, if I don't kick ass on a daily basis, my body becomes extremely weak. And I just lose all motivation to live. The only thing that keeps me alive in this cold, forsaken world, where my sister just abandoned me and like dipped, was a bunch of Abyss Heralds, without even calling me once or sending a text. The ass kicking is what keeps me alive, Goro. And you really want to take it away from me? Do you seriously want to look me in my cold, dead eyes and tell me that? I thought so. So let's talking and let's do some throwing down.
Well, what do you think? Will you fight?
Paimon? Do I look like I'm gonna fight? You tell me. No, you tell me. Am I gonna fight? You see, next time you ask a question like that, think first. Because next time I'm gonna fight you, if anything. Anyway. Alright. Ooh. I feel like I'm in a goddamn movie. Let's throw down. You don't even know what's gonna come for you. I've been taught by the best. And by that I mean
All threats to eternity.
the drunk man that I saw once
You're up against a powerful opponent.
in like a restaurant. He taught me a drunken style, and I've never been the same. So let me demonstrate to you right now. You see this? This is what it's all about. Fujita, you don't understand what's coming for you. You see you flying like a goddamn leaf? That is because you don't understand the greatness of the style that I was about to teach you. But you went down too quickly. You couldn't appreciate the full power of the drunken immortal fist of the North Star. But you know what? How about you? Kayama? You tell me. Are you worthy to be my opponent? Are you willing to take this punch from me? Are you as weak as all of them? Unbelievable. What is this? I was promised a duel, and all I'm getting is ass whooping one-sidedly. There's no single worthy opponent in here. Well, you look fierce. How about you? Will you finally let me experience the true passion of a battle?
That's 2 rounds in a row.
Man to man, hand to hand, bare chest to bare chest, a firm handshake, a nice firm hug. That is what it's all about. Takasaka, that's all I want from you. Will you indulge me in that? Takasaka, you're not doing it. Like, what is this? Takasaka, you fighting the wrong man. That's a shadow. What is these people?
Stronger than I anticipated. This contest has served its purpose.
No, it hasn't, Sarah. I literally beat them senseless. What was that? There was 3 men. You promised me 3 men and all I got 3 boys. I'm pretty sure a homeless guy I saw the other day would probably put up a better fight than your soldiers. What are you teaching them? A god aerobic lessons? For old people? Unbelievable.
Soldiers, attack! Glory to the Shogun and her everlasting reign!
Prepare to engage!
All right.
All of you, with me!
Oh, hey there, Short Ones. Hopefully you're doing okay. If anything, you joined at the best time.
Stand firm! Hold the line!
The Little Mermaid came herself. The Disney music just starts playing. And the power of friendship entangles everyone.
The wait is over, my comrades. Now is our moment.
I still can't get over the decor. Oh, look at that. My boy Kazuha is in.
I just hope you can afford all these mercs you've gathered.
It's always a treat seeing my boy.
Kazuha!
We meet again, old friend.
Retreat!
All forces, retreat!
Running away with a tail between your legs, are you now? Not so tough anymore. That's what I thought.
Greetings. Well, this is the first time we've met. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I am Sangonomiya Kokomi, organizer of the Resistance, and also the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island.
I do agree, Liz. His charge attacks are pretty awesome.
Perhaps it's the first time you're hearing that title. To put it simply, I'm the person currently in charge on Watatsumi Island, which is also the home front of the Resistance. I've actually heard all about you from Beidou and Kazuha. I hadn't expected to find you join the Resistance, though.
Look at this face. That is the face of a man that knows his worth. This is the face of a man they will all wish to be.
Do you have a plan beyond this point? In that case, shall we continue our conversation at the Shrine of Sangonomiya?
Sounds like a solid plan.
Although the Shogun's army has retreated for now, the war is far from over. The Vision Hunt Decree has not been repealed, and neither the Tenryou Commission nor the Raiden Shogun show any sign of stopping. In short, our problems have yet to be resolved. I suggest we move to the shrine to discuss our counterplan. What say you?
I'm in it to win it. Tepe, you can come to the end of the world with me. You know, I'll take you to the goddamn grave together with me. Although you'll probably go there by yourself, but you know what? Better soon than later.
I know Watatsumi Island very well. I can carry on being your guide.
Tepe. You goddamn... With a face like that?
Goro, thank you for all you have done. Our forces are weaker than the Shogun's army, and my absence can only have made the recent days all the more trying for you. I'm afraid I must still ask you to stay a while longer, to keep eyes on the Shogun's army and also to see to the wounded. But I will ask the mercenaries to remain stationed here, and Kazuha is here too. Hopefully this will serve to reduce the pressure you are under.
I mean, if it's gonna happen, you know, you might as well just get it over with. That's what I'm saying.
Well received, Your Excellency.
I must return to Sangonomiya now. I have a few things to attend to. Once you're ready, please rendezvous with Teppei. He will escort you there. Thank you for all your efforts so far. From this day on, I fight alongside you.
Fight. For the future of Inazuma.
It's a pretty tall order, but okay. Look at them, staring lonely into each other's eyes. You know there's a special connection right there. That's what it's all about. Two men gazing upon each other,
Sure, I've forgotten something.
longing for the connection.
Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it.
That's what everybody wishes to happen. And Beta is just there, you know, for the company. Anyway. Can't spare all day staring at each other. Too much. Let's see, where do we need to go? Wait. There we go. I triggered the side mission. I didn't mean to. I'll deal with that later. No time to waste. Oh, hey Jen. Hopefully you're doing okay. Probably should unlock some teleports while I was there, but
For the time being.
you know what, that's fine.
Don't worry. One of my people will be here with umbrellas momentarily.
The goddamn radiation is getting to me. Get out of there, Aito. You don't want to grow a third arm out of nowhere? That's not gonna be pretty. Can't read the handsome face of yours. Nope.
Aha! There you are! Good to see you! Your appointment with Sangonomiya is fast approaching. We should get going. Are you ready? We'll start by heading to the camp on Watatsumi Island, and then we'll go meet Her Excellency together from there. If you start to feel seasick at any point during the trip, let me know straight away. That said, you've spent time with the Crux fleet in the past, so I think you'll probably be fine.
I'll better be fine, Pepe. Because, you know, I'm deathly afraid of ocean. And you know that. So you better not take me in the rendezvous way, you know? Through the entire goddamn Pacific. We better be there, sharp, you know? No derailing, okay? Just straight to the island to avoid any dangers lurking beneath the shadows of the deep abyss that you can see lurking below. You never know what kind of creature we will meet, so I'd rather not meet any. It's gonna be a long journey. mean, Liz, sometimes we gotta face our nightmares, and you know what? Maybe this is exactly what I needed. To, you know, cure my childhood trauma. And finally, you know, get rid of the shackles that been binding me and holding me back from achieving my true self, you know. Maybe I was destined to be in a sea, you know. I was just shackled by the cruel destiny that was bestowed upon me to never visit the ocean. You never know. Well, we made it. Safe and sound. Fortunately, the ocean haven't claimed their souls today. It's another victory for Lux. Yet again. Bested Mother Nature at her own game. And we finally made it. Look at this.
Here we are, the training grounds for Watatsumi Island's troops. Right now, the resistance is predominantly made up of local soldiers from Watatsumi Island. Some of them are fighting with the Shogun's army in Tatarasuna, and some of them are stationed here on the island to keep the locals safe.
Did you used to train here too?
Yep. Unfortunately, I had to join the fight in Tatarasuna before I'd had the chance to impress the instructors, so they had me start off by helping in the logistics division. I'll be staying here for now. If you need me for anything, just come here. If I'm not around, just write a note and stick it on the wall. As soon as I see it, I'll come find you.
This is ancient texts. You just stick like posters on the wall, and that's how you communicate with each other.
Shoot! It's nearly time for the appointment with Her Excellency.
It is indeed. It is indeed, Liz. Gotta conquer your fears, you know, face them and best them.
I'll have to show you around Watatsumi Island some other time. For now, let's get ourselves over to Sangonomiya.
So, Sangonomiya is the name of the place where Sangonomiya Kokomi lives? Huh. Let's go check it out.
Let's go indeed. I'm kind of drifting off slowly. I think the lack of sleep is finally starting to get to me. Because I think I slept only like 2 hours last night. And surprisingly, I haven't felt tired. I don't know why, but for some reason, I felt fine.
Food supplies are the absolute top priority, period. We cannot afford any losses. With the conflict between us and the Shogun's army getting more intense by the day, we must prioritize the stability of the rear guard.
Understood. I will think of a way.
Take heart. We have a fresh batch of supplies in hand, and I'm working on expanding the army. I appreciate that the lack of manpower has been hard on all of you, but things are going to get better.
We're expanding the army? Oh, that's great. Whoever this mystery supporter is, they're doing us a great service.
I told you before, Liz, I watched Attack on Titan for the entire night. I had to spend my time wisely. I was catching up on, you know, old seasons. Because because I wanted to rewatch it. After we spent talking about Levi for like an hour, I was like, I got a niche that I needed to scratch, and Attack on Titan Season 1, unfortunately didn't do it, because Eren is not cool there. And I'm like, what's the point? Where's my beloved emo Eren that decimates everything within his path? What is this beta type little child that cries all the time? I don't like that. But then I saw him, the glorious man, the Levi, cleaning the house in his full white getup, and I was like, yes, that's what it was all about. That's what got me in. But yeah, I binged the entire thing yet again, because I was like, might as well. So yeah, I went to bed at like 5 AM, woke up at 7, and I was like, okay.
Huh? Teppei, what are you doing back on Watatsumi Island?
Well, it is today. I mean, technically, I started last night, and then it went all the way to this morning. So, yeah.
Might I ask who?
VIP guests of Her Excellency, that's who. I'm acting under orders to escort them both here.
Oh, really? Wait, so are you the new recruit everyone's been talking about? Strength of 20 men, splits an arrow in twain from 100 paces, skin as hard as diamond. That's you?
Well, I don't know about skin as hard as diamond, but everything else is correct, sir.
Seriously? What is going on with these rumors?
I mean, it's fine. I'll probably just sleep today more. It's alright. I'll probably be rounding up soon anyway. Just so I don't, you know, just collapse midstream. And just for the next, like, good 8 hours, the only thing you see is, like, me rambling about Zhongli. Doing, well, my slumber. Just, like, imagining that I'm having a date with Zhongli or something. Being embraced by him. Honestly, that probably would be a good time for some of you.
You've come a long way. I'm sure you must be here on pressing business, so I won't disturb you any further. Feel free to visit me if you have any time to spare. Your Excellency, I'll take my leave.
Your Excellency, I couldn't help but overhear Okubo mention something about a third-party supporter? What was that about?
Not long ago, someone wrote to me saying that they wish to support the Watatsumi Island resistance effort. To that end, they also furnished us with a great deal of supplies. Thanks to them, we can finally start recruiting troops on the scale we need to openly confront the Shogun's army on the front line. I am not without my doubts about the whole affair, but Watatsumi Island is hardly affluent, and these supplies are a much-needed lifeline for us. The senders' conditions were also reasonable. They simply ask us to dedicate ourselves fully to fighting against the Shogun's army.
Pretty sure that's what we already were doing, so... Seems like a bunch of suckers to me. So, it was a great deal, Kikomi.
Whatever other motives they may have, we are at least aligned on this. So let's consider them an anonymous ally.
Or a hidden enemy, as I like to say.
Naturally.
There's no free goodwill in the world, Kikomi.
If you discover anything out of the ordinary, please report it to me at once.
If Art of War told me anything, you do not take gifts from strangers, okay? That's what you learn when you're 5. And in war, any gift could be a hidden danger.
Your Excellency, does this mean that the food at the front line is gonna get any better? I was at the field hospital the other day, and everyone was begging for some barbecued meat.
Don't worry. I've already made arrangements for that. Everyone will have their fill of meat. But to be clear, still no alcohol.
That's fantastic.
I understand how hard it's been on everyone. The Resistance Army's rations have barely changed at all since the Vision Hunt decree was first announced. I will discuss this with the Logistics Division to see what further improvements can be made. However, our supplies are still limited. I must ask you to remain patient until victory is ours.
When will the Vision Hunt decree finally end?
That's the question. And I'm afraid I don't have an answer. The mere existence of the Vision Hunt Decree is baffling. The Tenryou Commission's attitude just doesn't seem to add up. And neither does the Shogun's. The Tenryou Commission's zealous support for the decree seems to come out of nowhere, and the Shogun seems completely indifferent to the fact that it has effectively caused a civil war.
Well, I mean, she has more important things to worry about, like, you know, dango milk and, like, novel books, I guess, that she's reading. Pretty important stuff, Kokomi. So, you know, ruling a nation might be important in your eyes, but for Raiden, it's just a part-time hobby, if anything.
I suspect the Vision Hunt Decree won't end until these mysteries are solved. All I can say for certain is that as long as the Vision Hunt Decree remains in force, we will never give up our fight. Traveler, to confirm, knowing the current situation facing Watatsumi Island and the Resistance, are you still willing to fight with us?
Nah, I'm good. Peace out. We just walk away. Nah, it's fine, Kokomi, I'm in. I'm in too deep to pull out now.
Good. Then here is your assignment. I hereby appoint you as captain of the Watatsumi Island Special Operations Unit, Swordfish 2.
We made it, guys. We joined Black Ops of Teyat World. We finally made it. We achieved the peak. Now, we are the top of the food chain.
Whoa, what? Swordfish 2? Is this the same Swordfish Special Ops unit that I'm thinking of? It's hard enough getting into a Special Ops unit at the bottom rung, let alone jumping to captain in one fell swoop. This is incredible.
Jealous much, Tepe? Come on. I'll take you in, okay? You can be my sub-captain. I was gonna appoint Paimon, but you know what? Now that I think about it, probably not the best thing ever.
Although this appointment breaks with convention, I firmly believe that with your wisdom, courage, and strength, you can lead your team to victory.
Although Paimon will strike fear into the hearts of soldiers when they stare deep within her cold dead eyes, but having her as sub-captain that can all wield their weapon is probably not for the best. Morale of the team is not going to be greatest in that case.
So when do we take up our post?
The members of Swordfish 2 are currently on standby in a valley to the southwest. Ronin have been causing trouble down there lately, and we need a special operations unit to eliminate them and stabilize the rear guard. I have already written your appointment letter, which you'll need to show them on arrival. Once that's out of the way, please leave them in ridding the area of Ronin. The Special Ops unit comprises Watatsumi Island's elite soldiers. They can be a little rough around the edges, but I have every confidence that you will win their trust.
What about me, Your Excellency? Any battles you need me to get involved in? I want to make a contribution to the Resistance too.
Of course. I'll arrange something and brief you shortly.
All right! One successful operation coming right up! You may have swiped the captaincy of Swordfish 2, but watch this space, because this guy's on his way up!
Alright, Tepe. I'm glad I have a worthy rival. It's just you and me. And you dare to approach me, as a mighty deer would say. And if anything, you didn't want to approach me, Tepe. It's one of your final mistakes you'll ever make.
Okay, sure.
Remember that.
Well, be careful out there. Don't push yourself too hard.
You better sleep with one eye open, because I'll be coming for you.
Well, Traveler, let's move out.
Alright guys, I think that's a pretty good, point to round it up. It's kind of late for me. So, it's a good point to end as any, I guess. Together, with our glorious trio of Tepe, Kokomi, and the Aito himself. So, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you had some laughs, along the way. And I hope you have a great remaining to your day, evening, or night. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time as today, 8 o'clock UK time. I'll post in Discord and community tab as usual tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Now enjoy the outro, and I'll still be around in case you guys wanna say something for a while. I'll be typing in chat, but yeah, other than that, I'll see you all later. Bye bye.